Coach Baranczyk talked about the power of that jersey, Chad, and it's a chance for her players to showcase not just their basketball skills, but their character.
Here we go. Sooners win the opening tip, and it'll be man-to-man to start things for the Catamounts. Raegan Beers posting inside. Vann trying to dump it down to her. Beers will collect it. Surrounded. Right back to her. Beers swivels over that right shoulder and scores the first deuce.
Sooners love to start it by pounding that ball inside. And Beers, left hand, right shoulder, one of her go-to moves.
Western Carolina's starting lineup as we see Kende Abasui in there, coming off injury that sidelined her all of last season. And that little jumper reigns home for Zoe Cruz, who's in the starting lineup. She's out of Orlando and a fifth-year player at Western Carolina.
They called the baseline, stepped out of bounds, Chad.
They did. So a violation there. Taisha Beans and senior Chelsea Wooten finish out the starting lineup. There's the Sooners starting five. Raegan Beers, you've seen her. She's got 2 buckets. Peyton Verhulst was Big 12 Newcomer of the Year last year. Skylar Vann was the co-Big 12 Player of the Year. And how about Nevaeh Tot and her experience, Boo? This is 87 straight starts for Nevaeh Tot.
Like a coach on the floor, Chad.
4 quick points for Beers and the Sooners. Abasui can't handle that when Tot takes it away against Carter. Nice bounce pass. Sahara Williams climbs up and lays it in. 6-0 Sooners.
What a pass by Nevaeh Tot. That's what she does. Sahara sprints because she knows her point guard is always looking to share that orange.
4th Oklahoma Sooner with 4 seasons of 100 or more assists is Nevaeh Tot. That jumper is down, and it counts this time.
As this game progresses, but, I mean, OU is making everything tough for the Catamounts right now.
This is Skylar Vann, and she drills the top 3. 9-2 Sooners in each of those games, but managed to pull it out. Jonathan Sips has said really relying upon their defense. The first-year head coach.
They have been really good on the defensive end, Chad.
This is Zoe Cruz knocking home the 3 up high. He said, I understand why professors take sabbaticals. He had about a year and a half off. But he said, why hadn't Western Carolina won more recently? Need an AD committed to basketball.
And he said, win, lose, or draw on Sunday. The fight they showed.
Jenny Baranczyk, they were assistant coaches against each other when Jenny Baranczyk was an assistant at Marquette and Sippis was at Notre Dame. There's the Sooner offensive rebounds, which have been at play very early this season. Skylar Vann working her way underneath. 12-5 Sooners. 3-ball the other way by Carter is no good.
Beans, Chad, that's what she does. 5 offensive rebounds per game. Yeah, I mean, again, let me say that again.
Yeah.
5 offensive rebounds. You know how hard that is? I didn't get 5 rebounds, period, in a week when I played. She gets that per night.
Jenny Baranczyk's 4th season as head coach. The Sooners up to number 9 in the country, their highest ranking since they were number 4 at the end of their 2009 Final Four run. They were tabbed 4th in the SEC after winning back-to-back Big 12 championships. Zya Vann backdoor gets the feed from Skylar. Liz Scott volleyballs the rebound back out. The Sooner reset here. Lexi Keys has come off the bench as well. She has it there on the right wing. Skylar Vann's 2 is no good. But Zya chases it down. Spins and scores.
Just a big-time move by the young freshman, Zya Vann. Has such great feel for the game of basketball. She made that look simple, Chad.
Jada Burton into the game for Western Carolina. Here's Chelsea Wooten. Lexi Key stays in front of her. The Sooner defense, you mentioned it, Pooh, but they're forcing on average 22 turnovers per game and coming up with 15 steals per contest.
Just such activity. I mean, you and I have talked about this. When you look over there and you have all those players, you better take advantage of those minutes you're in and play hard on defense, and they are doing just that.
Carter bangs her way back up, and so A.C. Carter, the Georgia Tech transfer. Here's Lexi Keys and Liz Scott. Nice feed inside. Skylar Vann, an easy deuce, nearly turned over. They sag off Beans. She'll try the 2 that's no good. Zya Vann again. Deep post position for Liz Scott. Up, no good. Rebound, Skylar Vann. 1 dribble. Fouled on her way back.
In there and says, let me reconsider that. That is what she brings to the defensive end.
Skylar Vann, it was 137 career games that Courtney Paris played. She had 128 double-doubles. Skylar to the bench with 9 points and 2 rebounds already. Substitutions as well. Erin Stack is in, her 3rd season at Western Carolina. Jada Burton has it in her hands.
Sooners do such a good job keeping that ball pinned to the sideline. They play that sideline defense, Jack.
Lexi Keys through the passing lane to the other end for the deuce. She led Oklahoma in steals last year. What an asset to have her now coming off the bench.
Just brings a jolt of energy. I mean, we know her three-point prowess, which hadn't quite got there yet, but you know she will. And her defense is just so good, and she's so smart on that end.
Beers impacts that runner by Taj Hunter. Keys sprints the other way, feeds Liz Scott for the running left-handed lay-in.
Just a thing of beauty, that transition game as soon as Chad. I mean, think about it. That ball touched the floor one time.
Burton launching and hitting that three. So Western Carolina able to knock down 2 of 3 from three-point range to kind of stay in the thick of things. Quickly into Beers, and she converts her third field goal.
She does such a great job of establishing position, and you let her get 2 feet in the paint, and she loves that left hand over right shoulder.
Just getting more and more comfortable in this Oklahoma system. There's the third three of this first quarter, and it comes from Raegan Trum.
That's what Trum does. She's taken 7 shots this season. 6 of them are from behind that arc. Make that 7 out of 8 after that 3.
My kind of player. Lexi Keys lines one up and drops home her first triple of the year.
KJ out there, though, she guards. I mean, she can guard 1 through 5, Chad. Lots of versatility with this Sooner group.
Stack off the mark with a 2-point try. Raina Scott to the running Kirsten Johnson. Saves it in bounds. What a great save that was. Verhulst turns and buries one in the paint.
A la Dirk Nowitzki right there with the one-leg fadeaway by Peyton Verhulst. Big-time shot.
How about the save by Kirsten Johnson? Just to keep that play alive.
The speed, I mean, to go chase that thing down.
Trum knocks down her second 3.
Chad, I know you like Trum's game. Again, 8 out of the 9 shots she's taking this year behind the arc, and she is splashing right now.
She's not a three-point shooter. She's a three-point maker. Beers and contact. She has a chance at a three-point play. That is 9 assists on 13 made buckets in the first quarter for Oklahoma.
That is what the Sooners do, Chad. Not as well, but better than any team in the country. With the way they pressure on the defensive end, they force you to rush just like that.
Beers with the block shot. Out of bounds it goes.
Just the attention she draws is going to allow those three-point shooters to be wide open and shoot rhythm threes, because that's the attention that Raegan Beers brings.
Got about 2 seconds difference between the shot clock and the game clock to close out the opening period. Sooners have made their last 6 from the field. Backdoor cut. Verhulst. Reverse no good. Beers follow is good.
Picking up the loose change. Beers doing what Beers does.
Abasui got it off in time but missed it. A 34-point opening period for the 9th-ranked Oklahoma Sooners. Raegan Beers had 11.
But not only just watch the Sooners, you're watching one of the best teams in college basketball just do what they do, and man, how fun is this?
I remember when Sherry Cole and Guy Austin, who was director of ops, and they started organizing these things, and it's just grown and grown and grown. This is about 10 of them for me. Vann chases that one down.
Well, this is my first one calling, Chad. I've been to a couple. And
your ears will never forget. Raegan Beers got free. She's just padding the stats right there. Padding the stats with that offensive rebound.
That's, you know what?
Jonathan Sippes said if you ask teammates, they will vote her the hardest worker on this squad. And you saw why there. And Jonathan Sippes said, we know these people in Cullowhee, North Carolina, they bleed purple. So they got down to 8 as 4 left via the transfer portal, but then they brought 4 more players in, and they feel really good about the ones they have.
Well, that was the most interesting thing talking to Coach. Again, when you call these Sooners, though, you can't blink because here they come, Chad.
Verhulst for another deuce.
Well, there's nothing better than learning from your peers. Soft hands that Raegan has, just a tough job.
Skylar Vann catch and shoot from Zya Vann on the inbounds pass.
Great look by Zya, and Skylar has that was a catch and release in like 0.5, and just high and soft, and that ball found the bottom of the net. Great touch by the senior. Super senior.
Preseason all-SEC performers Beers and Vann have 24 points combined. That was a friendly roll for Zya Beans. Keys whips it in, and Skylar Vann scores. Great ball rotation.
Hey, Chad, you're playing basically with 3 point guards out here on the floor. I mean, you got Zya Vann, Nevaeh Tot, Lexi Keys. All of them are primary ball handlers in their own right. So, I mean, as a coach, you have to feel so good just sitting over there going, I know this ball is secure when I have 3 PGs out there.
Azar got free off a screen, and that is a 2. Her foot was on the line, but she's off to a good start.
Well, Azar is another one of those players that most of her shots are from behind the arc, and that one was just a little inside.
Liz Scott got tied up by Burton underneath so far. Liz missed all of last season, coming back from shoulder injury. She also missed time as a freshman in a Sooner uniform with an injury. Here in the early going, Sooners have only scored 9 points in this quarter, nearly midway through, after 34 in the opening quarter. Here comes Keys. Sahara Williams backing into the post. Play her one-on-one, and she'll get shots like that.
Just a great job of using her body and having patience. You know, I always say this, pause for patience in the post. And that time, Sahara did a great job of being patient, getting to her spot, and using her body to draw an angle.
That is 4 first-half points for Sahara Williams. Shot clock down to 12 for the Catamounts. A square and fire drops home for A.C. Carter.
Just a smooth game. I mean, that's one of the things Coach Sippers was talking to us about. And you can see what he mentioned, Burton from firing that 3.
Sahara Williams back up and in.
Plays so strong. So strong. And that's 2 baskets in it.
2 to shoot. Burton's got to get one up. And it just barely happened, but Carter's off the mark, and that'll be a shot clock violation.
I hate to admit, but I've had a few of those, Chad.
3 minutes left, opening half. Here's Verhulst, who's back in there. Such a skilled passer. Liz Scott climbs across the lane and scores again. Transition points, fast break. It's a lot.
And Chad, we'll get here in a second after this steal.
Steals. Did I mention steals?
No, you didn't, but Peyton Verhulst said, I'm going to make you mention steals.
Beers. Look at Beers run the floor, and Sahara Williams shovels it to her for the deuce.
And you know what? Even better than that, did you see the smile on Raegan Beers' face as she was pointing at Sahara Williams? That is, I mean, they play with such joy in transition, Chad. It's fun to watch.
And I tell you, Pooh, that's something that these youngsters, they see it. They take it back home with them.
Yeah, that's what you want, right? I mean, that's what this game, and Coach Baranchek said. That's what it's about.
Nice backdoor cut by Wooten, but she couldn't finish it. And Beers yanks away another rebound. Sooners have numbers here. Aubrey Jones wide open. That's her first made 3 of the year. First of many.
You knew it was coming, though, Chad.
You could feel it.
Both knew it.
Smiling about as big as her teammates were when they found out she was coming to town.
There was a lot of smiles that day, I'm
no
sure.
doubt. Raegan Trum is off the mark with that corner 3 ball. Good hustling rebound by Beans. But a turnover. Raina Scott picks it off for the Sooners, who get to play for the final shot of this opening half. Beers has a look at it. Sahara Williams, good low post position for the bucket.
So good at using her body down there to get angles.
That'll do it for the opening half. Oklahoma leads by 31. They hold Western Carolina to 7 points in the second quarter. I mean, it's going to be a challenge night in and night out.
So you tell me you just gave Vic Schaefer another defender is what you're telling him? Because he's the minister of defense. When I worked at A&M when he was an associate head coach with Gary Blair, and it's going to be a great addition, the Sooners and the Longhorns, Chad, to this league.
Beers rebounds a miss by Verhulst and sticks it back in.
A magnet to the ball, and we said in this third quarter, that's one. Just keep a running tab on these rebounds because she is relentless on the boards.
This is Kende Abasui, Deuce as they call her. Best on-ball defender and the general for them on the floor, but she missed that runner inside. Here comes Nevaeh Tot the other way for the Sooners.
Sooners are always looking. They love to start every quarter if they can, pounding it inside, playing inside-out basketball.
Beers basically had 2 defenders walled off to create that shot.
Well, she just draws so much attention that you got Skylar Vann, who was obviously an all-league SEC player, Big 12 player of the year last year, saying, she's going to let me tee this one up. I'll make it.
Three is down that time as Tyza Beans is able to knock it home.
Speaking of make it, Beans said, I'll make that too.
But you make it, and Oklahoma will beat you back the other way in transition. Bucket and a foul for Sahara Williams.
And I love to say it, you want to shoot those high and soft. And that was a prime example of high and soft off the board and nothing but the bottom.
So Williams becomes the third Sooner into double figures. She's got 11 points after converting the old-fashioned three-point play. 63-28 Sooners. They have picked up where they left off. They had an 11-0 run to close out the first half. So it's now 17-3 run. And you go back 3 minutes left in the first half. Todd able to get in front of Abasui, but the conversion is good. So Abasui knocking it down from point-blank range. Sahara Williams attacks again for the Sooners. Stolen by Beans.
Beans doesn't stop playing hard. That's one thing we know. She is not going to give in. She competes.
Abasui down to the posting cruise. And her shot's off the mark, but a foul call.
And don't get it wrong. She can score, but she just kind of knows her role, and it just gives Coach Baranczyk the luxury of having another assistant coach on the floor.
Yeah, she's not having to play as many minutes, Jenny Baranczyk said, and that's allowing Nevaeh Tot to really go hard. Vann catch and shoot. No good. Beers the rebound. And there's Verhulst. Sooners getting 3 tries at it.
Perimeter, and they get a running start. It's easy to just go find someone.
We see great Peyton every day in practice, and in games you get glimpses of just how good she can be. Real barometer for this team.
She can rattle off 10 points in a row on a team that's loaded with talent, but she can step up and just do, she does everything. She's a jack of all trades.
Beans trying to work around Beers. Abasui launches a 3, and Skylar Vann cleared everybody out to get that rebound. Tot to Beers. And 2 free throws come.
It was a little late, and I'm assuming that is what Nevaeh saw when she threw it, because it was on the money, and that would be your coach's assist. She made the first one, Chad.
Another double-double.
Well, that's 4 rebounds this quarter, and she's a magnet. That ball sticks to her hands.
66-32, 34-point lead. Nice left-handed runner there, as Abasui was able to find just enough space to land that one.
Abasui's waking up in this third quarter. She's making some plays.
Sahara Williams retrieves her own miss and converts it.
Speaking of playmaking right there, Sahara.
You were saying earlier that your college coach, Tubby Smith, used to make you guys practice early, like 6 a.m.
And he swore by it, Chad. And I'll tell you here in a second after this possession.
Burton missed that one, and Vann the rebound. But he said you guys never lost an early 11 a.m. tip-off because you practiced early in the morning.
He believed that. And as players, I don't know if we believe it, Chad. Great pass right there in transition. And Beans getting out. But, yeah, when we were getting up at 5-something in the morning for those 6 a.m. workouts, look at Beers. That's the easiest one she's going to get all day long. And you don't want her getting very many easy ones because she makes the tough ones as well.
Hunter with a long guarded 3 that's well off the mark and out of bounds. That, I believe, is 3 fouls on Beans. Kirsten Johnson off the inbound play. No. Zya Vann back up, and she will go to the foul line. And Jenny Baranczyk and Jonathan Sippis have that relationship. Jenny Baranczyk, an assistant at Marquette at the time that Jonathan Sippis was an assistant at Notre Dame. But a special bond.
There's not 6 degrees of separation. There's usually 1 or 2 for everyone involved. So that's what we just witnessed, and that is what the business is all about.
I think the transfer portal makes it even more of a tight community. You got players who played for you and somebody else, and all up and down the line.
No kidding.
13 to shoot here for the Catamounts. Raegan Trum is back into the game. Raegan Trum knocked down a couple of threes to keep it close in that first quarter. Shot clock at 5. Burton pivots, runs into Beatrice Culleton and turns it over.
Great job moving her feet right there by Zya Vann.
Keys, 3.
Threes for Keys. And Chad, you and I talked about it. You just knew it was only a matter of time. That is her in rhythm. Great pitch ahead by Vann. That's mini Vann, that is, with the pitch ahead. And nothing but the bottom there for Lexi.
You know, Coach Baranczyk was talking about the three-point shot, and they didn't shoot it well the first 2 games.
Those young ladies are going to make far more than they miss, and that was just an anomaly. And as Coach Baranczyk said, what we're seeing today is who the Sooners really are.
SoCon opponent of Western Carolina. Really cool, though. Nicole Azar, her mom is a high school coach. And A.C. Carter, who's on this roster, the Georgia Tech transfer, played for Nicole Azar's mom, Janet, in high school.
Again, those 2 degrees of separation right there. All related. Small fraternity, Chad.
Burton got fouled.
You throw the timing of the shot blocker off when you go same hand, same foot, night in and night out. But great move right there by Jada Burton using it.
Burton drills that one.
I laugh because guess what? There's no drop off right now, Chad. So you just keep bringing fresh bodies in that can all play.
Raina Scott, little handoff. Kirsten Johnson had her legs swept out from underneath her by Carter. And so 2 free throws here for Johnson.
Not a lot to work on.
Little things, as you said.
That's a little.
I mean, her role with this team just expands and expands because of her versatility. You said it earlier. I mean, she can go.
She just showed us a bounce pass from the high post that looked like a point guard. And then she offensive rebound. She does it all.
Traveling violation will be the 12th turnover. It's Oklahoma lineup. Beers with Culleton and Johnson. Oh, and a great three-point shooter in Aubrey Jones, who hits her second of the day.
What did we talk about, Chad? You let Lexi Keys and Aubrey tee him up, and that was deep, with deep range. And that is what Aubrey Jones has been doing for 5 years in college, is that right there, making threes.
So Keys and Jones have made all 4 of their combined three-point tries today. Beans was kind of feeling it that time, but off the mark from three-point range.
Great box out right there by Skylar Vann.
Deep post position, as easy as Beers has had a look today.
Lock him up, throw away the key, Chad. She gets 2 feet in the paint right there.
Azar launches. Short. Cruz rebounds the miss. A Luton 3 is also off the mark, and there's Kirsten Johnson up above everyone.
Boy, those long shots produce long rebounds, and when they do, when you're playing on these Sooners, you better get back, Chad.
Beers, bucket, and a foul. Beautiful drop down there.
Yeah, throw the kid, lock it up, turn out the lights. It's over.
And just not much that So Cruz could do there. She picks up the foul. That is her 3rd. Beans has 4. The foul trouble for the Catamounts. Raegan Beers extends the Sooner lead, 85-38. They're on a 10-0 run. Beers has 25 points and 7 rebounds.
And is she sweating? She was sweating, Chad.
Amasui, a little strong with that one. And here comes Raina Scott, full attack mode for the Sooners. Aubrey Jones launches and sticks her 3rd triple of the day.
Just great transition basketball. Aubrey brings more than just three-point shooting. She also brings effort and energy.
Rebound for Raegan Beers. Culleton wasn't necessarily ready for that pass, but it worked out. Drop it down into Culleton and foul. 50-point lead with 1:05 left in the 3rd. And Beatrice Culleton off the mark with that one. Is really good at playing well to others' strengths.
She's a great complementary player that attacks the glass, plays hard, is a great defensive presence in that paint. And, you know, you're looking out there right now, again, 6'3", 6'4", 6'1". The Sooners just keep them coming.
And your most physical player in Sahara Williams is out there. Shot clock at 10. Amasui, a 2-point try. And Beers has her 9th rebound, so she's 1 away from another double-double. Good find there by Verhulst, and Culleton gets the easy lay-in.
And Chad, look who's playing point guard with this lineup.
Peyton Verhulst.
Peyton Verhulst. I mean, you talk versatility, she does it all.
Beans launches, and it's good. So Tyja Beans strokes home that 3. That stops a 16-0 Oklahoma run.
Good-looking young player, though. Tyja Beans, she does a little bit of everything, and look for her to have a year in the SoCon.
Sahara Williams had that one poked away. She retrieves it, though. Quadruple teamed, and they'll call her for a traveling.
Had a little 2-step going on down, maybe in a 2.5, 2.5, 3-step, and they caught her on that spin move. Not very many turnovers by the Sooners, but got them on that one. Sneak up on you. And hard to say that the preseason all-league player can sneak up on you, but she does do that because they attack you with such transition ferocity.
To the 4th we go. Oklahoma up by 50. Nice job to split the double team by Hunter, but she found herself right underneath the rim.
Really good move by the young freshman. Just a little sped up. I mean, you're playing against a different level of player here today.
Another different lineup combination for Oklahoma. Sahara Williams, Zya Vann, Liz Scott, Peyton Verhulst, and Beatrice Culleton. One of the rare times the shot clock's been a factor. It's at 5. Nice find. Liz Scott, an easy lay-in. Verhulst just got her off a little screen. They have run into a crimson and cream buzzsaw. Wooten drops home another 3.
Wooten doing what she can do. She's teeing it up from deep, trying to hold on and help these Catamounts hang in here a little bit, because you're right, Chad. They ran into a buzzsaw. Something that they have not seen the likes of yet this season.
There's Sahara Williams with the 3. That's her 3rd of the season.
You know what? She put a lot of time in the offseason, and it looks so much more comfortable. I mean, she caught that in rhythm and just teeing it up with those legs, follow through, finish high, and nothing but the bottom there by Sahara.
And a 3 the other way from Wooten.
Wooten back to back. Speaking on threes.
96-47 Oklahoma. Sooners set to sub 5 in once again. Catamounts will counter with 2. Zya Vann, a 3. That's good. It's her first made bucket of the year.
You know what, though? As you said earlier, shot at around 35% for her career. You know, she's just right now playing so under control, but she's still capable of doing that too, Chad.
Zya Vann.
You know, that's something that Zya Vann is learning, but now you have year number 5 for Zya. So there's no replacement for experience, and she has plenty of it, and she already was a great assistant.
Her 3rd season at Western Carolina out of St. Charles, Illinois. 1 of 2 for her, and a rebound for Raina Scott. She's not going to waste any time. All the way to the bucket. And Stack has the rebound. Zya Vann tipped that pass. Lexi Keys takes it. And Zya Vann's going to get rewarded with a 3.
That was a great pass in transition by Lexi Keys. And good to see the lid come off for the young freshman, Zya Vann, with her first collegiate 3 as a Sooner. Expect plenty more.
Oklahoma 9 of 17 from three-point range today. Beans is off the mark with that one.
Does not look like a 14% three-point shooting team to me, Chad.
No. The program record is 121. Raegan Beers all alone underneath to score again.
You let her get that deep with 2 feet in the paint. Forget it. Forget about it. She is going to score. Right now, the stat sheet said about 75% of the time. I would say higher, though.
Raegan Beers is 1 point shy of her career high. She's got 27 points, 9 rebounds. Lexi Keys steps into another, and that one is good. Timeout, Western Carolina.
That was, you're still a freshman. You're a freshman. You're playing with a nearly 60-point lead. And look at that defense.
We may have to talk about that around the Thanksgiving dinner table. Zya back the other way. Behind the back. Got herself some space. Dropped it home. Just like a veteran.
Smooth player. I mean, how easy did that look, Chad? That's what she has such feel for a freshman. It just comes easy.
It was funny. Jenny Baranchek said, if you showed up to practice, you would not know they're sisters. She said, I'm not even sure they give each other rides to practice.
This is, again, first time they've ever played. There's that ice pushing it down.
Carter got tangled up there with Lexi Keys, and let's hope that A.C. Carter is okay.
Yeah.
Don't want anybody going down. Number 2 player in high school in Oklahoma, coming out of Tuttle High School a couple of years ago. You got it.
Tuttle Tigers.
There may be some future Tuttle Tigers in the crowd today.
I'm guessing there might be.
There's Landry Allen up there, and also the other Sooner freshman, Caya Smith, out of Oklahoma City's Putnam City West High School. Beatrice Culleton online with a foul line jumper.
Sooners, just so many weapons, and just, we talked earlier about little things, and that's what you do when you're Coach Baranchek. You have a team like this. You keep them hungry because, they compete day in and day out right there as Zoe bangs that 3 from the top.
That was a 2. He said she was just a little across the line, I believe.
Yeah. The old Rick Pitino, worst shot in basketball.
A long 2.
Look at that.
Zya Vann again inside.
You still have to finish that, and good job by the young freshman getting a career high here. I think 12 points, playing really, really well today. I was going to say tonight, but I forgot, Chad.
Oh, no, it's early. You've got another game to broadcast today. You're headed to Tulsa to do some more.
We are on a roll, Chad.
That's a two-pointer. Beans is off the mark. And here comes Aubrey Jones. Wide open Culleton. Allen found her for the deuce.
Great pass right there by Landry. Allen and Culleton might be the easiest one she gets today. Got a little while till March, though. Let's hope everything's all well.
Yeah, Jonathan Sippis said it's just been amazing to watch the people out there with all the loss and all the need out there, the way that they have responded as a state and as a community. That is the first bucket for Caya Smith, the Oklahoma City Putnam West product.
Getting out in passing lanes, overplaying, which add up to being the big things, Chad.
They can. In bigger games, in SEC play, able to defend on the interior. But what Raegan Beers has brought to Oklahoma.
Get ahead of yourself, but if you're a contender in the SEC, you're a contender to win the whole thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Sunday afternoon.
There goes Smith, and that one rimmed in for her. She took a hard tumble, but smiling as she gets up and runs back the other way.
It's great athleticism in her first step. I mean, that was showing signs of exactly why she is a Sooner right there back on cue.
And Caya Smith has given Oklahoma a program record for most points scored. 122 with that lay-in. Most ever by an Oklahoma basketball team.
Yeah, well, we talk you put new bodies in, and guess what? The good thing for Coach Baranczyk, they can all play.
Under a minute and a half left. Cruz offline there. Zya Vann the rebound. Here comes Caya Smith. She says, I kind of like this thing. That one, unfriendly bounce. Hunter ahead of the pack. Look at Culleton come back and at least impact that shot.
Great
effort. 2 free throws.
Great effort right there by Beatrice Culleton. But playing with intensity and with a level of seriousness.
At Western Carolina, and Jonathan Sippis took over a program record 122 points. Brandon Scott unable to add to it there. It's a shot clock violation.
In an OU game, Chad, without a question, they have 30 assists. I mean, if you have 30 assists and 10 turnovers, I think that's 3-1. I think everyone's going to be okay with that.
Shot clock is off. Oklahoma, the number 9 team in the country, headed to 3-0. Western Carolina will taste defeat for the first time this season after their best start since 2015, 2016. 122 points and thousands of smiles inside the Lloyd Noble Center on field trip day.
Lots of smiles, and there's a lot to smile about if you're Jenny Baranczyk too, Chad.
She exchanges handshakes, and there's a hug between Jonathan Sippis and